Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Angry Cast and Fallout Shelter 2023. We're going to do some quests like the Wonders of Science, where famed scientist Otto von Hofberg is nearby. And we're going to go take our dwellers, and we're going to get them out there. Oops, I forgot to heal them up on the last quest. Oh, well, it's not a problem because they are badasses and they can handle it. But they all have to get back their vengeance. Because we had the last one, we had to have armor-piercing miniguns or miniguns of some sort, so let's make sure we give them the right tools for the right job and get them out there if we can. Okay, we got them. Let's get them going. Get out there, folks. We got lots to do. Yeah, here we are. Get that there. Okay, so now, where was I? Oh, yes, I want to get this set up because we got the recipe for Grognak's axe last episode. I want to go build it, and it did require me to have a few items that I didn't already have, so I had to wait for them to come in. Let's see here. Yes, I needed more microscopes, of course. So let's craft that sucker. It's going to be a while, but we'll be okay. Meanwhile, let's go out and do the quest, shall we? Find Dr. Herfberg. Alrighty. Yes, so, guess what? It was my birthday last week. And I'm sorry this is going out so late. But, yeah. And I tend to not really celebrate my birthday that much, because it's bad weather. And anytime we make plans to do something, they're thwarted by the weather. Just, rather just not have any disappointment. We make it, put everybody else at ease. Don't have to do anything special. Let's just, I'll have some good food. Maybe make me a cake, whatever. I don't care. Unfortunately, though, Megan decided to take it up a notch, and she kidnapped me for the weekend. I mean that not, criminally. I mean that she said, grab the stuff, grab your coat. We're going in the car. Get in, loser. We're going relaxing. And that's basically what she did. She kind of forced me to relax. So we went. She knows someone that had a place nearby, like a condo, like at a resort, and we went there. And not anything lavish. It was nice. It was like a ski lodge kind of thing. Just a small galley kitchen with a little table there and a couch with a TV. They had a Roku thing set up. We didn't have any internet. We didn't have any Wi-Fi, I should say. We didn't have any cable, so we had to use our hotspot. More on that later. But, enough rooms for everybody. And, we went, we drove up Friday after work, and we got there in a good time because apparently some hellacious storms went through the area. My own parent, my mom, lost power at her house partially. People who I know in the area who lived near that where we were at, they had lost power. We didn't, so I guess the resort had a better system. I don't know, but yeah, it's just like, what are you gonna do? We get up, we get up there, and it's like, okay, we're here now. We're not going to go back. It will hopefully be okay at home. I would have probably heard something from someone back around our area if the power would have went out, but I think we're going to be okay. So we kind of just, relaxed. Sat there on the couch. We watched a movie. And then we woke up Saturday, and we decided to have coffee and breakfast, and we decided to just kind of like bum around, not really do much at all. And we this sounds so boring, but I took a nap, which I don't usually get to do in the middle of the day. And then we put together a puzzle. And again, I know that doesn't sound like this is exciting, like, oh, what a wonderful birthday. Like, no, but this is exactly kind of what I needed. We've been under a lot of stress lately with getting rid of the house and getting everybody in here, and with my family and her family and our own personal things going on. We've been sort of like, really, we didn't really get a honeymoon after the second wedding. So we just wanted to get out, and I said, we need to get away. We need to get out and just do something. So we decided to just, she planned all this on her own, brought up food. She packed everything. I just grabbed my coat and we went. I mean, that was basically the extent of my involvement in any of this, which is amazing that she managed to get this. I mean, I am somewhat oblivious to half the things that are going on anymore, but the fact that I didn't notice all of this happening was pretty spectacular. So yeah, we sat there Saturday night. We put together a puzzle, and then Sunday we woke up. I was like, this is a 500-piece puzzle, and I was like fixated on it, and I never usually get that fixated on them. But here I was, and we decided then to take a walk. So the weather was nicer, and we walked around a loop around where the resort was. And oh yeah, we went to a little place for lunch the day before, which I always like finding these places, and I'll talk more about that in a second because we're going to finish up this quest and then we'll get into the next one. Yep, we found Dr. Harper. We killed the glowing one. Let's get back to the vault, shall we? All right, awesome possum. Yay. Okay, we are back in the vault, and we are going to do Ghooooooool. Strange radio signals emitting from Vault 93. Sounds like an old sports broadcast from back before the bombs dropped. Let's go do it, shall we? Get our peeps out there. We're going to go check it out. Get our folks, Alexander Anderson, Charles Anderson. I don't know if they're related, but oh well. And let's see here. Yep. And Benjamin Russell Bush. Because the other guy has another Wasteland return. We don't want to double up on that. I don't think you can compound those. So let's go out there and get to Ghooooooool. And there's a Deathclaw attack. Oh well. So yeah, we went to this little market, and the thing about these places is like I get so giddy over finding a cool little place to go to eat, and it's a little sandwich shop and a grocery, like a little market, and they were like I said, they were really close to where one of my friends live, and they still had power, which was interesting because right down the road there wasn't any power. In fact, we had to go take a detour to get there because there was a tree, there was a line down on the road that we were going to take. So kind of interesting in that all of that had happened. But they had power, and like I said, it's always fun to find these little nifty places that have good food or good products. And Megan having wanting to do gluten free and do all that stuff, they had a selection of foods that were like that, and that's just hard. I mean, I wouldn't have expected it up there. I mean, it's a very rural area from where I grew up, up in the mountains, and it's not exactly like, get your bacon, get your cow, get out of here. They had, a lot of gluten-free stuff and a lot of specialty items, which is really awesome. So, we had our lunch and we were like, man, we're really digging these pickles. Like, I don't usually eat pickles, and we had pickles with our sandwiches, and they were pretty damn good. And they sold them by the jar, and we bought a jar of them. And I have never tasted pickles that good before, and it's a local place that makes them. Near near Somerset, which is, right near where we live. Not even an hour away, about maybe 45 minutes away. But we bought a jar of that. We bought lunch there, and we took a bunch of food home. And that was on Saturday, but like I said, we went and walked on Sunday. And then Megan had made reservations at a restaurant nearby, which we were kind of worried that they weren't going to have power, but apparently power got restored sometime on the day during the day Sunday, because we needed to run to a store to get some water and stuff, and they didn't have power at the local little place, which is like right down the street from where we were going to go eat. So we were kind of worried, but we figured if they would have called and canceled any reservations if they weren't going to have power. So we just kind of like said, well, we'll play. We'll play the odds and see how it goes. And 5 o'clock, we went there, and we just got in before the rush, because they're only open from like 4 to 8 for dinners. They're like open like 12 to 3 for lunch, and then they open 4 to 8 for dinner, and that was it on Sunday. So, we got in, sat down, and I mean, I ate way too much. First of all, they had this mac and cheese, like it was an appetizer. I thought it was an appetizer. It was more like a meal. I could have had that just as a meal, but it was mac and cheese with pulled pork on it. And my God, it was like just delicious. It was amazing. And then they had I had blackened shrimp and grits with fried green tomatoes, and somewhat of a like a salsa or whatever on it, and it was like I don't even know what it would call, but there was some some green pepper that was pretty like a little bit spicy. It was really really good. Um, and it was there was enough. There was like maybe like 7 or 8 shrimp on the plate, on top of the fried green tomatoes and the grits, and everything was just wonderful. Now Megan, she got it was like mussels with some sort of it was like an eggplant chutney and chorizo sausage. Of course, she didn't eat the chorizo because she's a pescatarian, so she gave me the chorizo, and we took some of it home. And but I mean, just the entire meal. I mean, I took half of the appetizer home because I couldn't finish it. I knew I was getting food, and then we got the entrees, and I was just like, I finished that because I just really didn't know how I was going to carry all this stuff home because we didn't really have a lot of room for where we were at. But it was, I couldn't believe it. So then we came home, or came back to the place, and we started to just figure out, we'll put more to the puzzle together. Let's watch a movie. It's the last night. Let's watch a movie. So first of all, in this place there was a 4K TV. Now I tried to think of myself as being on the, not the bleeding edge, but somewhere near the edge, maybe a few steps back on technology. And I don't like 4K TVs. And I had a friend throw into a private message to me when I posted this on social media about all these things I should have done to make it work better. But we watched first of all the 4K TV. It makes everything look like it's like a Canadian soap opera. It just has this weird fakeness to it, even though you're watching almost like a live TV event. Everything looks real. Like you can watch a cartoon and they look real. That's how weird this is, and it's kind of off-putting when you see it. But we decided to watch the Banshees of Inisherin because it's the Oscars is the coming up week. Would like to see the movie, watch it. I mean, I like Brendan Gleeson. Mad Eye Moody, gotta love him. And Colin Farrell, I can take him or leave him. So we start watching this movie in this 4K, and it's like that whatever music coming over, and they're showing the green Inisherin Island or whatever. And I was just kind of like, this doesn't look right. This looks like I'm watching Escape to the Country. It looks like a weird, what is this? What the heck? And it was really, really hard to sit there and really get immersed into this film because of this 4K resolution. And I'm like, this is almost, I almost can't stand this. But well, we did that. We're gonna finish up the quest, and we'll come back and we'll talk more about it. Alrighty, let's see here. We got another quest we can do. The Cat Burglar. Solve the mystery of the elusive thief. Cat Burglar has been hitting Vault-Tec for Vault, taking pets away from their owners. Stop them before we do anything else. Let's get our folks out there and get her going. Boop, bop, boom. There we are. Alright. Yay. Have fun, folks. We'll see you in a bit. So, yeah. Banshees of Inisherin on a 4K TV. Again, the opening shot of Ireland just looking really, really weird. And then there's a whole... If you've never seen the movie, I don't want to give anything away. It's not what you think it is. It sounds like it's just a funny character piece about two friends who are no longer friends, and trying to figure out the mystery there. But it turns into something so much weirder, so much different. But the beginning where he's walking to his friend's house, along the shore, along the trails or whatever of this little island called the Inisherin. And it was hard to watch. It was him walking. It was he doesn't look like he's really there. Like he's in he's being superimposed into CGI, and it was really hard to watch. And like I said, my friend said you should do all these other steps. I'm like, look, this isn't our TV. I'm not going to make all these things. I do all that kind of stuff. I fixed it. I go to hotels and first thing I do is I fix the TV. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm here for a couple of days. It's not my stuff. I don't want to touch it. The other thing about the thing is we use a Fire Stick for most of the streaming apps that we use. They had a Roku, which was kind of neat, a little bit different of an interface. I don't like the remote because you can hit the mute button on the side with your holding it. So it's almost made for like a left-handed person than it is for a right-handed person, because the way the buttons are aligned. And I kept hitting mute when I was trying to like do stuff. Not only that, but because they didn't have internet, we had to use a mobile hotspot. Now I have unlimited data plan, which is like the first time in my life I finally have an unlimited data plan. I don't have to worry about that stuff. Odd story. Back in the day, just 10 years ago, I had limited texts. I could only send 250. Was it 50 texts? I think 50 or 250. I'm not sure which texts a month. And then I would get dinged 25 cents a text. I was living in the dark ages, I know. But, now I have unlimited data and all that other stuff, and you don't have to worry about those things. But the thing about this is that my plan, you get 5 gigs mobile hotspot per month. I didn't realize that I only had 5 gigs of mobile hotspot per month. Now, I've used my hotspot when I've had to go to a remote site for work and they didn't have Wi-Fi available. And I mean my business, work a different location where they didn't have Wi-Fi, and I could not get authenticated through our network on an Ethernet cable, so I had to use the mobile hotspot. And it didn't really take that much out of it. But for some reason, I had only 5 gig, and I thought, oh, well, we can at least watch one movie with 5 gig, right? Right? No, we couldn't. I got through an hour of the Banshees of Inisherin, and it said, I got a text saying I'd used up all but 10% of my mobile hotspot, my hotspot data. I'm like, are you kidding me? I watched an hour of this movie, and it's already up through 4 gig. That's insane. Now, I'm not going to get, charged if I go over that. It's just going to throttle the bandwidth down to like 600K or something like that, or 600 megabytes. So I'm like, well, okay, let's see how bad this is. So we watched the rest of the movie, and we got to about a half an hour left of it, and I burned through the last of the mobile data, and honestly, the quality got better because it didn't look like that 4K. It was a little bit less crisp, and it had more of a movie feel to it. Now, I was like, oh well, we should have done this before. We should have watched this movie like that before, but we didn't. Now, we did get home Monday, and I wanted to see. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I'm going to die for making a cheap crossover joke with Skyrim. I don't actually know if I could have done anything differently with that one, but still the same reason. We get the cat no matter what, so it doesn't really matter. So we got home, and I was like, we have to check this out. So we got on our TV, put on Banshees of Inisherin. Like, let's just watch the first 10 minutes of it to see what it looks like. Go to him, the shot of Ireland, him walking up the road, and then him going into the pub, because those are the 3 things we really noticed how bad it looked under 4K. And honestly, it was like, I would have rather have watched the movie at home, because it was better quality. And it was more like it was a movie. I mean, I'm watching a movie, a film. I'm a film snob, in a sense. So this technology is not really great. I mean, maybe for sports, maybe for other things, maybe for live events, maybe for something with that kind of stuff. But like a movie, you can't watch like Star Wars with that kind of like quality. You got to have like that cinematic, grainy feel to it. So, all right, we finished that off. We're going to come back and do some more things. All right, we finally got Grognak X, and there you go, Grognak X, 18 to 26. We're going to put that with somebody here eventually, and it'll be awesome. And we got Child Special from this Turkish van we got. That means if you give them to a pregnant dweller before they give birth, you can up every special on the child by 1. So let's open up our lunchboxes now. We got Wonder Glue, we got Advanced Lab Coat, we've got Nuka-Cola Quantums times 4, yay! We've got caps, we got caps, and the next one, get it open. We're going to get caps and Brahmin Hide and a stim pack. and a business suit, C plus 4, yeah, and caps. I wonder if that comes with the monocle, I forget. All right, and then of course, because of the last time we did the Too Good to Be True, we got another Mr. Handy, which is awesome. We'll just put him onto a floor that doesn't have one because we're running out of places to put him. But that's great. We got all that. We'll throw him down. Let's see here. Where can we go? No. Yeah. Oh, what? Yes, we'll put him right there. He'll guard the people crafting things. All right, well, that's it for tonight. Thank you again for watching. Again, like I said, I had a wonderful birthday. Thank you, Megan, and I hope you all have a great time. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Take care of the planet. We will see you next time. Have a good one. Sorry this was late. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.